Hey, what's going on, everybody? We're back with another BKFC Reddit Ask Me Anything. We're joined by the man himself, Papa G, Michael Larimore. How you doing, sir?
I'm well, my friend. How are you?
Okay, so I'm just gonna get right off the bat. Everybody, like, Shift people wanted to know, people from the Reddit wanted to know, Instagram people. Why do they call you Papa G?
Uh, I used to be called Vanilla Gorilla, and then everybody started saying that shit. So then I had my kids. I got 2 kids now, and so it really just means Papa Gorilla. But
Okay,
Papa G sounds way better.
I was honestly curious about that because I was like, where the hell did that come from? And it's funny because on the Reddit, guys are like, I'm just gonna call him Michael because I refuse to call another man Papa G.
That's fair, man. That's all right.
The funniest part about you is your voice. Like, you're a 135-pound fighter, but you got like that 265-pound voice.
I've been told a version of that a time or two for sure.
Yeah, you're like a white version of Barry White. You know what I mean? So, like, is it cold down there in Tampa? You look kind of cold. You got the beanie cap on. Are you all right?
I'm just staying warm, keeping the core temperature up, bro.
Right on. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. We will start with your buddy Anwar. He said, ask him why he wears those hoochie daddy shorts to fight in. Is it because he's a part-time model, full-time ass kicker?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that, bro. I mean, I'm an MMA guy, so I happen to have a pair of MMA shorts on standby for my first debut, and then Jihad told me he kind of liked them, so I brought them back a second time. It's Jihad's idea, bro.
I'm surprised Jihad doesn't get you something a little more formal to fight in. That seems to be like more his speed.
Yeah, I got some new ones made for this one. I'm excited about them.
It's kind of funny because, like, when you see somebody like who is an MMA guy, kind of like Ruben War yesterday, he like pulls his shorts up and wears them, like a little higher, and you can tell you MMA guys versus the boxing dudes, I suppose.
Yeah, there is night and day difference. You can always tell by the shorts, dog.
All right. Okay, so we talked to somebody who said that you're his guy and you're his buddy and he loves you. Royal Reber. Dude, I ain't speaking like shit tonight. Royal Ryan Reber. He said, the only question I got for Papa G is what's it stand for and how did you get the name? So you already answered that one. What do you think about his upcoming fight? Is that a fight that interests you because you want to fight the winner, or?
Yeah, of course it does, bro. But I'm invested in that, honestly, as a friend as well. Because I believe in Ryan and I really, really believe in him. And I think he deserves that belt.
It is kind of interesting that Ryan got skipped over by Blas, and then Blas wins, and now suddenly Ryan gets to take that fight. How long have you trained with Ryan, and where did your guys' friendship come from?
We've never officially trained together, but
okay,
we were in the same places. You know what I mean?
But maybe train's not the right word. Don't you guys spar on occasion though? Like, don't you guys do like joint spar? No. Okay.
Nah, not yet. I mean, maybe we will. I'm game for it, but we have a lot of friends in common, as you know.
Okay, yeah, that's for some reason I thought he would come up there and train with you guys at Shift on occasion. You guys would spar, but I guess I know that you guys are friends to a level. That's why I was.
Yeah, we talk a good bit on social media as well.
Okay, so the next question I will get, it's going to come to you from 300. I have to pull it up because he sent it to me on Facebook. But he says, "What is your favorite cigar?"
Wow. Right now, I'm smoking on this Arturo Fuente Honey.
Okay.
It comes in like all sizes, bro, and I'm still I'm only like a year and a half, 2 years into the cigar game.
Sure.
But I like Fuentes a lot. I think that's been my go-to for sure.
Like, what got you into cigars? Like, we talked to Tomahawk Townsville, and he said that he thought it looked like a high culture thing, and so that's why he decided he wanted to try it. And now he's a classy motherfucker. So I'm assuming, how's your story get into it?
Well, I've always kind of liked the look of it, the feel of it, and I smoke a little bud or whatever. So naturally, I'm down for a cigar. And then my father-in-law is like actually into them.
Okay.
And so the more we hung out, the more I actually started like looking at labels and looking for specific cigars and stuff.
Did you, when you were starting out, like I remember when I first started out cigars, it was like Swisher Sweets and fucking Philadelphia, or like, I don't know, like just the cheap cigars you could get at like 7-Eleven and shit. And now I have some expensive cigars, and it's just crazy how expensive that hobby can get.
Yeah, so I'll be honest, I smoke more blunts than joints, so I get my share of cigar already.
Okay. were you saying that you had a cigar sponsor? Is that what you're telling me?
I
Or
do. I have a cigar shop sponsor. Yeah, Fusion
okay,
Cigar Lounge on Clearwater Beach.
awesome.
Name's D. He's good dude, bro. Full bar. Oh my gosh, 100% the best cigar lounge I've ever been to.
Well, if I come down there, we got to go because that'd be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely, we will drink some.
I did all the stuff with the alligators, and then I'm not going to say the name of the company, but they were like, oh, we like all the stuff you do. We'll send you some cigars and take and use them in your videos. And they were sending me 3 cases a month, and it was fantastic. And they did it for a year, and then some stuff changed in Florida, and they said they weren't allowed to give them away anymore, and I lost them.
That's an awesome hookup, though. But yeah, like drinks on me, cigars in the house. We'll have a good time, bro.
Awesome. Okay, and then 300's last question. He said, since you're fighting in Sturgis, if you were to ride a motorcycle to the ring, would you ride a crotch rocket or a Harley?
A Harley, yeah, I feel like he should know that already, bro. He knows what the hell my hair looks like.
This is going to be potentially the largest crowd to ever attend. Like, are you excited? Like, what's the largest amount of people that you fought in front of before?
Probably like 3,000-4,000. I don't know.
So would it be at like one of the BKFC events, or was it MMA event that you've done?
Combat Night puts on a pretty good show, but I'd say BKFC is probably the heaviest I've been on.
Okay, and so like I said, they're predicting this could be 30,000 people. Like, what are you expecting? I mean, like, do you have any expectations going in, or you just are gonna put your
I'm made for that environment, so I know like I'm gonna hit that walk and I'm gonna hear that pop, man, and I'm gonna go out there and sleep this dude. I'm excited.
Okay, Jihad, your coach, would like to know, how does it feel to actually prepare for a bare knuckle fight?
It feels good to actually have the time to like think about it and form a game plan for my opponent. And with or without the fight, I'm glad to have gotten more time in there because he knows for the past year I haven't really got that much time in there. I'm always training full time at my other spots, but I'm able to now get in there once or twice a week, and I'm just getting better, man. Because boxing has always been my thing, anyways. MMA is my long game, but boxing is my foundation. I love throwing hands too.
I know you want to do MMA long game, but when somebody like Connor comes in and buys part of the BKFC, I mean, like BKFC has the potential to be, like the next big thing. And I feel like it's got a ton of upside, but I also see like a guy like you and a guy like Kai are saying like, I want to make my name in BKFC, but then transition to something you really enjoy with the MMA.
Yeah. And I honestly, like, I'm in no rush to leave BKFC. So I'll throw that out there. But UFC is absolutely where I'll end up.
Okay. So both of your previous fights were 48-hour notice. Like we've talked to some people who said they actually prefer that because then it doesn't get in their head. They just know I got to go in there and fight. Yeah. Has like this having a date actually changed up any of your training, or are you basically training the same as you would as for those past fights?
I mean, I've definitely changed it up just given the time, but it's nothing major. Like I'm still doing jiu-jitsu every day or every other day. I'm still running the same way I would be running. I'm still focusing on MMA, but okay, a little more time dedicated to just boxing this game.
Okay. So, like this one is not coming from me. This one's coming from a champion at your gym. So if you take offense to this question, you got to take it up with him. The 185 champion, the Captain Deadpool, said, ask him how it feels to be the third best looking white guy at the gym behind Dave and myself.
Bro, he knows he's fucking lying, man. That's just his insecurities speaking out. He's a handsome fella, but he knows he's second to me, bro.
He said, this isn't an inside joke. I just think it's funny. So,
no, I think it's hilarious because he knows he's bullshit.
Okay. It's kind of interesting that I finally got to talk to you because the only other person that's like one of the main guys that fights for BKFC that I haven't interviewed is Brandon Allen, but he hasn't fought in so long. Yeah. But you guys are some of my all-time favorite people to chat with. You guys are funny. You guys like the gym, like come together, and you guys like. I love like the family unit, the gym. But then, like I said, you guys all have like this really unique, interesting personality, but you blend so well. Like, what do you contribute to the Shift family?
I don't know, bro. I think everybody just gets along perfectly well, like you said, man. And I truly feel that it was like a match made in heaven. And I'm a man of faith, so I think God just put everything together perfectly. and I'm more than honored to be a part of it.
Okay, give me 1 second. I got to look up Mundell's answer. I thought I had it written down over here, but I'm missing it. So, do you know any? I mean, you see Perez. You saw that Keith dominated him. It took Ryan to the, was it fourth round or fifth? Fourth round, I think. Ryan was able to stop. Yeah. Do you see yourself being able to beat Perez more like Keith, or you see yourself wanting to kind of box with this guy like Ryan did?
It's gonna be more of a Keith performance, but we're not gonna make comparisons. It's Papa G performance.
That's the thing that's so interesting. Like you're this new up and coming guy. You got like a veteran like Keith, but like you have to make your own way, and kind of like we saw Ruben War yesterday. I mean, everybody like you so far. Both your fights have been awesome knockouts, and I feel like we're like now that we get to see you like with a full training camp, I expect to see the absolute best of you.
Yeah, and I can honestly tell you, I mean, of course, as I get top 5, top 3 towards guys like Ryan, I need to put more attention into it, but all respect due to this guy, but I could have taken this one on 48 hours notice as well.
Okay. Were you signed to the Sturgis card first, or was he like who was signed first, or like does it you know what I'm saying? Like, did you have another person that was in mind and then he stepped up? Because I know his fight fell off in Temecula, like, or were you already on the card or not?
I got no idea. Like, Jahad to tell you, if you send me a contract, I don't ask me any questions. So I saw the name, I said yes, and then we started getting ready.
So prior to coming to Shift, like, did you handle all your own fights and stuff, or did you already have a coach that did that, or like, did you have much experience fighting, I guess, before you came to Shift?
Yeah, I've got a good, like, Tapology doesn't have even half of my fights, I don't think. I've got a good 24, 25 total.
Okay.
But my coach over there and also my team captain helped me out with MMA and stuff. But more or less, I'm always in the conversation. Typically, when it came down to it, I would finalize it and so on and so forth. But they would throw options at me and stuff. But sure. I like having Jahad and 300 and Anwar handle it. It's really cool.
Okay, so then how did you find out about Shift? Like, what brought you to Shift?
So a lot of my folks intermingle, like Shift and my home base, Gracie Westchase. A lot of those guys came up together. And one of my homies that is like middle ground for all that introduced me to Jahad, and Jahad and I spoke on the phone, and then I came out to the gym. And by the grace of God, he decided to represent me, man. I'm grateful.
Okay, so Mundell said, ask him what his connection with Shift is and why he insists on picking on my Ninja Reaver.
Fucking stupid. But, I don't pick on Ryan at all. I got a lot of love and respect for Ryan. I respect him more than anybody else in that division.
Okay. So it's interesting that we have two guys inside the top 5 at 135 who haven't fought anybody inside the top 5 at 135.
Yeah.
So I feel like 135 is one of those kind of open divisions. And like with a dominant performance here, you could easily be in the top 5. Is there, not looking past Perez per se, but is like in the top 5, is there a fight that you'd like to make after this fight?
Who are 5, 4, and 3? I know I asked this somebody else the other day. It's like Chris Abdiel should not be in there. All due respect.
Sure.
And then it's Chris Garcia or something.
Correct. Yeah, Chris Garcia, and then
Joy Boy.
Joy Boy, he's in there, yeah.
And then what's the little fella? There's a little fella in there, like number 4 or 3 or something.
I have to look. I thought it was like Abdel in there, and then Joy Boy Reber was in there, of course. Keith will be in there. Blas will be in there. Travis Thompson? No, not Travis Thompson. Right?
Not Thompson. It's the other dude who, like, he just fought. Damn. He was a bum, but he looked good. What the hell's his name?
Are you thinking Alvarez? No.
No. I think he might train with Garcia. He trains with some little fella. I don't know.
Okay. So of the ones that you have said, though, is there anybody that you think is a good fight going forward? Are you going to try to get on the Hollywood card? Is there any talk if you have a great performance?
So baller. If they would let me do potentially 45 because I'm a bigger 35er. I don't want to do that cut twice back to back. But if I could do like a 40, 45, I'm game for that.
So how hard is the weight cut? I mean, is it something that you really have to
major because I got a guy in charge of my diet and stuff. So all I got to do is stay a little more disciplined. And 35 is just a tad harder than 45. It's nothing crazy.
Okay, long term though, I mean, like you have Brandon Allen at 45, so would you like to ideally stick at 35?
Yeah, 35 is where I'll get the strap out.
Okay. So then do you have a fight, I guess, like I said, at 35 or 45 you want? I'm just trying to figure out where you think you want to go from here and like what's going to move you up the rankings the best.
Yeah, I would like somewhere, give me a guy that's ranked maybe 3 to 5. I'll take whoever's number 2, like whatever. Obviously, I understand I had to earn my place and stuff, but I'm going to make this look good. I'm going to make the next one look good. Champ knows I'm coming.
Okay, so we talked to a lot of fighters, and they say, like fighting doesn't pay the bills. I have a full-time job. Do you have a job, or are you able to train full-time? Like, what do you do?
I train full-time, but I do my hands in a lot of pots. I do a lot of privates at my home base, and I teach classes at another gym. And sponsors do play a huge role in everything, of course. Very blessed to live the life that I live.
Okay, so are you good at jiu-jitsu? Is boxing more your thing? I mean, you said boxing was more your thing, but I mean, are you pretty good on the ground? Are you like a well-rounded guy all over? Or
Yeah, I'm a purple belt under Bamboo Wisman. He's by far the best jiu-jitsu coach in the area. So I already have two wins by submission as a professional MMA fighter under my belt. So I take it all very seriously. But at the end of the day, you ask me, I want to throw some hands, I want to knock somebody out.
Talking to some of the guys, though, they say that seems like right now, I mean, BKFC is trying to pay more, but it's I've heard numerous times that local MMA pays a little better than BKFC fights. Is that your experience so far too, or?
No, not at all.
Really?
Just being straight up with you, like,
yeah,
BKFC is night and day difference. I'm sure you get a main card spot on a local show, it'd be okay, but BKFC is where it's at in every way, shape, and form, honestly.
Did you get the knockout bonuses for one of your 2 fights, or did you get them?
So with the Watson fight, I asked him personally, like I messaged him. We didn't get to do the press conference because there was almost like a fight in the crowd or some shit.
Right.
I messaged David Feldman personally on Facebook, and I was like, "Hey, listen, man. Like, I know you said you were giving some bonuses out, and I went out there and I did my thing. I'd be eternally grateful." And he threw me some extra bucks, man. Like the good guy he is. That blew my mind. He got back to me within like hours.
Awesome.
Yeah, but he's a really, really solid guy.
That's the one thing I like. And Feldman, he comes on the Reddit on occasion, and some of the other guys that are like in the corporate world of the BKFC come on the Reddit and answer questions. Like it seems like the one thing that I love about BKFC so far is it's getting huge, but it's still small enough that everybody's able to answer questions and still interact with people. Like versus if you send Dana White a message, unless you're one of the top tier fighters, you're probably not going to hear back from him.
Yeah, man, David Feldman has given me the time of day multiple times. He'll comment on my posts here and there. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure he told me happy birthday last year.
Cool.
He's good folks, man. Nate's good too. Everybody involved. Andy Hall, they're all good people.
Okay, so then usually always my last question for everybody. Do you remember the first time you were in a street fight, be it elementary school or if you're a little older? Do you remember the first time you punched somebody out of anger?
Kindergarten.
Yeah, you seem like the type that would be ruthless.
I didn't start it, bro. I had a kid that bullied me every day, and I didn't know what to do about it. And my sister was actually the one who told. She's like, "Listen, I need you to just punch him in the face." And I was like, "Okay." And so we got on the bus like however many days later, and I sit in my seat, and he happens to come sit next to me, push me into the window.
Okay.
And I just whack it. Dude, it probably hurt my hand more than it hurt him. He's like, or whatever the hell kids do. And I just remember like, ow. And I asked him, I was like, "Are you okay?" And he was like, "Yeah, my tooth is bleeding." And he's like, "Why'd you punch me?" And I was like, "Why'd you push me, bro?" And then like we probably became friends or something. But I do know him and I actually grew up playing football together. We started playing football together like maybe middle school time. We played for a couple of years.
Were you somebody who fought a lot when you were younger? I mean, I've seen videos of you on the internet, like fighting a random dude. Like, you know, what was that about? What did that fight start over? Like, that was an insane video. I was cracking up so much while I was laughing at it.
It's just that guy. Like, we were friends, and then like for one reason or another, we weren't really friends anymore. I got a new friend, like a new friend group or whatever.
Sure.
And he just all of a sudden, like, his personality changed, and he thought he was a grown man all of a sudden. He told me that.
Okay.
He was like, Mike, like, I'm a grown man. I'm gonna mess you up. And I was like, Dylan, we're like, I was 15 at the time. He was maybe 16. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, bro, I think you're a punk and blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, okay, Dylan, like, if you really want, bro, you can meet me at the park tomorrow, like 3 o'clock. I'm gonna fuck you up, and everything will be fine. And so we met up, and bing, bing. Well, I actually broke my hand on that kid's face too.
Yeah.
We squashed it afterwards. The poor kid had to wear makeup to school the next day. And so after that, I didn't get in too many fights. Maybe 3, 4 tops, but just because everybody understood what it was, really.
Have you heard from that kid since you became like a world famous fighter? Like, he hasn't reached out to you? Or?
Nah, you know how many of his friends have like hopped on my stuff though, supporting me, and that video that I posted a little while ago got blown up again. So I'm sure he's seen it.
Sure. What is it like with the newfound fame? Like, do you get like? It's interesting. I talked to Jessica, and she said in California she got recognized anytime she left a seat. She was getting stopped for pictures and stuff. When you go to like a Clearwater show, people have to know you. Like what's it like having that newfound fame? Like, you walk into a BKFC venue, people know you. Like, how do you deal with that?
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's a very humbling thing to have somebody come up to you and say, oh my gosh, dude, like, I seen you on the TV. Can I take a picture of you? Like, you want to take a picture of me? Yeah, bro. Like, I'm down. I don't care how big and famous I get. Like, Conor McGregor status, I would never not give somebody the time of day. I'm always going to talk to them. I'm always going to take a picture with them. If they want me to sign something, I'll sign it. I love that stuff, bro. This is the stuff I've been thinking about since I was a kid, man. So I want to share that with the whole world.
Growing up as a kid, did you want to be a doctor or something? Or you said, I want to be a fighter?
Nah, man, I've known since 10, 11 years old what I was here to do. And the goal hasn't changed. It'll never change. Be the best in the world. That's it.
Awesome. All right. I have no more questions for you. Is there anybody you'd like to give shout outs or, any statements before we call it a day?
All my sponsors, man, y'all know who you are. Thank you for having me, bro. It's good to actually talk to you. I feel like we were already homies before this, so it's good to actually chat with you. All my friends, family, my team, all 3 of you guys, I love y'all, man.
Awesome. Well, we look forward to this fight. It'll be nice to see what a training camp does for you. And then, like I said, I'm crossing my fingers. Like, we're hearing some stuff about Hollywood, so maybe I'll run into you down there. Like, I'm going to try to be at that fight, but I would love to see you on the card. Like, they got to showcase Papa G in front of a big crowd.
Well, they got to, bro. Go run through this guy, and then I'll get another one under my belt.
Awesome. Thanks so much, sir. Have a good night.
Yes, sir. You as well.